Hi, this is David at Stoneyard.com. I'm here today to talk about stone epoxy. Fireplace surrounds oftentimes have metal around the opening, and the metal can then be covered with stone so that you're just going back to just the opening being open and then all the metal being covered. So Laticrete 310 Rapid Set is the product of choice. It's obviously made by Laticrete, and we sell a lot of Laticrete. And what I wanted to do was go over the process of attaching stone over metal. So the first thing is, if you had a stone that was say 2 feet by 2 feet and you're attaching it, you're gonna put a dab on the four corners and then in the middle. And that dab is going to be about a 4-inch diameter dab. Now you could spread it over the whole stone, but it's not necessary. So that's referred to as spot bonding, and you're covering about 10% of the stone in a vertical application. The Laticrete 310 Rapid Set has non-sag, and it's good up to about 95 degrees. Can be used for the walls, overhang, interior, even exterior applications. Fireplace surrounds, like I just mentioned, interior, or even exterior elevators. The stair risers are oftentimes metal that you want to attach stone to cover up that metal. The Rapid Set sets up in 5 to 8 minutes, and it's a permanent bond that's durable. It's even shock and vibration proof. It's non-staining. It's easy to use. It's a 1-to-1 ratio. So typically you buy it in these buckets and you just take a couple of this and a couple of this. Whatever you end up mixing up, you want to make sure that you use it up in 3 to 5 minutes because it's going to be set up in 8. There's no solvent. You can go up to 1 inch in thickness. It's ICC and IBC approved for exterior. Interior, the substrate would be concrete, CMU, cement board, steel. And when you put it on steel, it has to be clean from any oils or dust, oxidation, anything that would inhibit a bond. It has to be removed first. And then once it's dry, and at least 50-degree temperature, you can then epoxy the stone. So one of the things that you want to do in preparing the surface area is have your epoxy be at least 70-degree temperature for at least 24 hours. You don't want to cover an expansion joint. You want to remove any resin, mesh, or epoxy from the backing of the stone. Every so often a stone might have, a mesh on there. And so what you need to do is take your grinder, remove that in the area where the glue is going to be. So the four corners in the middle. The epoxy can be set up to 95-degree temperatures, so between 50 and 95. You want to mix it so that the color is all nice and uniform. I oftentimes use a putty knife. You want to mix enough for about 3 to 5 minutes. And then after you've done attaching the stone, then you're going to go back and grout it the next day. Or after it's set up, which in about 8 minutes, you can start grouting. So this is David at Stoneyard.com. Come visit us on the website, and thank you so much.